Hey guys, welcome back to Reality Check Please. I'm your host Cassie and happy Wednesday. If you are here, I'm assuming it's because you're a JaNa fan, and we are going to deep dive into the latest things that have come out since our last video. We covered what Leah shared, what Liv shared, the clapback that JaNa had for Kenny on her Instagram stories yesterday. But since then, a lot of other Islanders and friends have entered the chat, and we even have a blind item from Duma that they posted on their Instagram yesterday. I want to start off by saying, where are your heads at? Where's your heart? How is your heart? Let me know down in the comments below, because I've had a very hard time kind of processing this, in the sense that I could not, and I get that this is reality TV. A lot of people put on a front and a face for the camera, for social media, for the world to see. And I think that the main part is not like whether or not he was capable of doing it. It is now like the damage that it's caused JaNa. The one person that it really did harm was JaNa. This is the person that you think that you are spending the rest of your life with. I'm sure she was head over heels for this man. And for them to be this snaky is very sad. I can't imagine, the hurt and the betrayal that she's feeling. We're going to get into everything that her friends and family have had to say. So before we jump in, let us know how you're feeling in the comments. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe so that you never miss the reality checks. Since our last video, like I said, Duma has entered the chat, and we're going to cover that first because it'll give us a lot more context as to what the other Islanders and friends and family are saying. I had already heard the rumblings of what could have happened and what more than likely did happen. I did hear that JaNa allegedly found text messages on his phone, or like a voice chat or a group chat of what he thought of her and the overall situation, and Duma kind of confirmed that. So the message to Duma said, allegedly the tea on the breakup is that she found texts on Kenny's phone about his plan to stay with her for business and clout. Texts with friends calling her racist names, which aligns with both Leah and Serena's statements calling him a clout chaser and racist. This is very unfortunate because this is the person that you have such love for, that she was in love with. We saw her fall head over heels for this man on our TVs last summer. Whether or not you think that it was one-sided does not give this man the right to not be upfront and be honest with her, and basically allow her to live in this fantasy world of what she thought was reality for her. Next, we have JaNa's sister entering the chat on Instagram. She shares JaNa's initial statement, and she says, now that my sister has spoken, I can speak on the issue. This ninja really had us fooled, fumbled the baddest he'll ever have on mamas. As for JaNa, still blessed and highly favored. Definitely very true. Like I said, she leans on her faith, which is where she'll get all her strength from, truly, to continue to go forward. Her brother, I'm almost positive it's her brother, then shares the same initial statement. He says, JaNa is strong and she is human. I would kindly request to encourage her by prayers and support with respect to her privacy. My family is my priority, and my faith is my fuel. My prayers continue onward for Kenny and his family during this time as well. That is a very powerful statement, because at the end of the day, we also have to remember, as much as human as JaNa is, so is Kenny. And we've seen ex-Islanders take their lives over. Whether or not this was self-inflicted on Kenny's part, the amount of hate that he is about to endure is going to be massive. And I shared this again, and I'm not going to apologize for my video yesterday, telling us to kind of take a beat with Kenny, because at the time we hadn't known what had happened. And honestly, we were all kind of giving our speculations. And so I think that it was very fair for me to say, let's kind of take a beat on the hate. I think that at the end of the day, these are real humans. Whether or not they move the right way, that does not entail, you cannot fight fire with fire. Okay. And I think that we have to be very mindful with what we say online. Call him this, that, the third. Call him the facts. Okay. He spoke about her in a negative way because of her race and because of her ethnicity. He was with her for the wrong reasons. Call all that stuff out for what they are. That is factual information. But again, at the end of the day, we don't want to wish the life of someone to end because of their own actions. I know that he has to face the consequences, and I would rather him face the consequences alive versus him taking his life. That's my opinion. You guys can agree or disagree with me in the comments. I will stand 10 toes down on that, because mental health is very important. And I think that we all forget that these are real people. And again, whether or not it was self-inflicted, they both need our prayers right now. And Kenny is going to have to face this the right way. And the sooner that he can accept that for himself and not be in denial and own up and take accountability for his actions, the better it will be for him. So yeah. Kaylor then entered the chat on her Instagram sharing JaNa's clapback, where she said Kenny STFU. Kaylor said, Kenny, is a poor excuse of a man. You lost the most beautiful, genuine soul. Shame on you. Still factual information. He did lose a beautiful soul, probably the best he would ever have. Serena then took to her Instagram and said, let's all remember this is not a show and someone's actual feelings. It may just be tea for y'all, but that's not the case for us. Y'all already know how I'm coming behind JaNa, and trust, so does he. I think that one thing that we can know for sure is definitely that the girls, PPG, Kaylor, Liv, do not play when it comes to each other. I think because of their unique experience that they endured together and lived through together, the bond and friendship that these girls have is going to be unparalleled to anything that we could ever imagine. So trust when they say that they are going to ride at dawn for her. Next, we have Liv being a little cheeky. We all saw that Leah referred to Kenny as a ChatGPT head at. And so we had Liv be a little cheeky. She screenshotted Kenny's original statement, submitted it to ChatGPT, and asked if this was written by ChatGPT. She says, was this response written by ChatGPT or AI? Yes or no? No explanation. ChatGPT just said yes. Liv screenshotted that, posted it to her Instagram, said enough said. Then we have Kendall jumping in with a little cute video of JaNa and him dancing. And he says, love you forever, Nene. Kendall has since also unfollowed Kenny. One of our listeners sent me an Instagram post of what Charmaine had actually said and what she was spilling as far as more details that were given. So I'm going to take you guys along for the ride with us. Charmaine posted, and I tried going into Charmaine's Instagram and it was private, and I get that, I understand that, but someone did share the screenshot online. And it said, my advice for women in relationships, if you have access, go through your man's phone today, search keywords like, I don't like black women. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on the show would be for clout. I can't wait to be done with this so I can F hella chiz. She then shared another story. I don't play about JaNa, exclamation mark, and some other little memes. So yeah, all of this is very unfortunate. Like I said at the very beginning, how is our heart? We haven't heard from Miguel or Cordell yet. I know that they are probably busy. They're probably also trying to process this. Miguel and Cordell, as men of color, I think are also very hurt. I wouldn't be surprised if we got another statement from Kenny this afternoon or sometime this week. I don't think he'd be dumb enough to not release another statement, but that's just me. I could be very wrong. But yeah, what do we think? Go off in the comment section. I think that if I were to try and sit here and understand, try to express how I'm feeling, because I think that this is just so sad and disgusting. Again, just friendly reminder, these are all human beings. Like JaNa's brother said, pray for JaNa. Their fuel is their faith, and they will definitely get through this. I know because of JaNa's faith and how she leans on her faith, she will be just fine, like her brother said. The fact that he also mentioned to just kind of keep Kenny and his family in prayers, I think also his family, because yes, they are his family, they are his blood, but at the end of the day, this is a grown man. He makes his own decisions that don't necessarily have anything to do with his family. And being on reality TV is very heavy enough as it is to have the world weigh in on the mistakes that you've made and the disgusting things that you've said. I'm not here to defend Kenny, and that's the last thing I'm going to do, because completely 100%, 1000% wrong. The only little piece of nugget that I will leave you guys with is just remember that he is also human. So criticize him, talk all your mad ish about him. Just remember, don't wish any ill will or don't wish any harm upon him is what I will say. But pop off in the comment section. If anything else happens throughout the day, we will definitely be back to debrief it and go into it. If you guys find anything else, let me know. And yeah, let me know where your heart and your head are at. If you are a Bravo fan, we will be deep diving a lot more into Bravo this week, and we'll catch you later. Bye guys. Happy Wednesday.